Hi, Ivelin. First of all, very interesting. Thank you. I have a question. You said about the clickable pins. So you say to do up to 30 pins a day, but are they all going to be clickable, or just one a day clickable, or one a week clickable?
You mean clickable that has
Like
link pointing to Amazon?
leading to your page, yes, to your Amazon
they all
page.
have to be linked to the page.
So you end up with 30 that are all leading to the page.
Yeah, every single day. This is what
And
we've done.
okay, I
for
haven't
years.
been to Pinterest. I haven't been to Pinterest a long time, but was it always possible to add links to pins, or is this?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't remember that. Okay, thank you.
Any pin can have a link, and you can have any kind of link that you like. So basically, you can even alter the links, for example, that you're creating. So the canonical part, for example, you can control that and have different keywords in there. In this way, you can control different things that rank on Google. So sometimes
so the 30. Yeah, sorry. So the 30 pins can each have a different canonical part.
Correct. Yeah.
And should we always have the the ID, the I forgot what its name is, the pin ID, or could some of them be just straight links, or?
It could be straight. It's just when you have the that part, it makes your pin more effective. But you can just because I understand what is your question. It can be a long process. It could be hard to do, right? You have to do all this time generating this tag and so on. But you can just do it for one of the pins, and the other pins you can just generate them any way you like. So any link that is pointing back to Amazon is helping. Plus, you generate content for Pinterest where people organically can be able to find your product, and then if interested, they click on it and they can go back to Amazon.
Okay. And also, other question about Kickstarter. Is there an initial cost, or is it after that you join that they take from the money, or how does it work?
So they take 8.5% once the campaign is successfully funded. Before that, there is no upfront cost or anything.
Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, hi, Ivan. Thanks for the presentation. I wanted to ask you, I know, I guess most people know, but for the canonical URL, the only one I know is the one in like Helium 10 James. And that has like 5 keywords. Where do you normally get your canonical URL from?
So your canonical URL can be any combination of keywords that has two 12 keywords in there. So this section before the GP, it can be from 2 keywords to 12 keywords, right? So Amazon is automatically generating for you, which is usually 5 or 6 keywords for your product. Well, for you, what is the most interesting thing is what already ranks well on Google. So for example, if you search for your product main keywords, Amazon is already ranked somewhere or something. Usually there's 2 results that will be there. One is a category, which is usually 2 keywords separated with a dash. So that's still a canonical URL. So it could be something like water bottles, right? And then if you go down to the search, you will be able maybe to find your product that is ranking somewhere on Google. And this will have usually 5 keywords in the canonical URL, which will be taken from your product title, and it will be shown with dashes in the canonical URL. So you can use both of these and even others to help rank on Google. So if you take, for example, the 2 keywords from the category, you can use these keywords and help rank if your product, of course, shows in the category search result. If not, you're going to go find your product. And so, for example, if you go to Seller Central, in some of the results in Seller Central, or maybe if you go to the marketplace, when you click on it, you'll be able to see the canonical URL. So if you get that and start creating links, pins, or any kind of links to that canonical URL, you're going to start ranking higher and higher in Google over time, and then you will start showing as a top result, which will give you additional traffic to Amazon.
So how do you know that a URL is canonical? How do you recognize? Oh, you said there will be keywords.
There will be keywords before the GP part. So it's amazon.com/ and then you have keywords separated with the dash, and then slash, and then GP, and then your ASIN, for example. Okay. So this keyword separated with the dash, that's called a canonical URL.
So you can get it either from Google, and if you're not ranked on Google, you can get it from Amazon.
Correct.
Okay. Yes. Okay. And my last question is, do you have an agency or anything like that that does the Pinterest?
No, I'm not. Kevin just invited me so I can provide some helpful information for sellers.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. It was very informative.
You're welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Chris.
How are you?
Very good.
Good. Hey, I just had a quick question regarding the share link from the Amazon detail page, the Pinterest button under the buy box. When you were right-clicking it and you're saving that link, and then you just take that link and put it into the attribution backend, and that's going to populate the correct link to the Pinterest post you want to use. Is that what you're saying? I got a little lost at the very end.
Yeah, correct. That's exactly.
That's it. Okay. You don't need to. I know you had a first step where you said you want to search for your product on Amazon with a keyword, click it in the search results, and then right click on the Pinterest share button. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. And then take that to the attribution, and then use that link for the Pinterest post.
Correct.
Perfect. Yeah. Thank you.
You can, of course, just add the MAAS parameter at the end. It's the same thing. Okay. But if you're not confident how to do that, you just copy that link and put it in attribution and click generate, and Amazon will generate it for you.
Perfect. Okay. Excellent. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Hey, Ivelin, great presentation. I really like the Kickstarter thing a lot, and I found it really interesting. I've seen a company called Meta do something very similar, and I'm quite interested in that in quite a lot. I've actually got a product that I'm looking to launch, and I think it'd suit it. But what I don't understand about Kickstarter, it has its own algorithm, and it's a beast, right? So how do you have some sort of like a blueprint, a template or something to guide us on how we can aim to be at the top of the page when people type in certain keywords?
So it's actually a very simple algorithm compared to what we've seen from Google or Amazon, for example. It's not a mature algorithm. It's all based on sales velocity. So the more clicks you get, the more supporters you get in a period of time, the shorter the period of time, the most people you get, the higher you get into the ranking. So what I've done basically is just call all my friends and family and tell them tomorrow, 2 o'clock, even if you're dead, you have to support me. It's very important. And I know it costs, let's say, $100, but you don't need to pay that. Kickstarter will take this money only if the campaign is successfully funded and only in 30 days. So you can cancel just before the day before that campaign, you can cancel your money and nothing will be charged. So I explained that to all of my friends, and they're like, sure, of course, no problem. So even if they're not interested in the product, they're just helping me and they support me. And the amount that you accumulate, when they cancel, it will not be subtracted from the total amount. So if you raised $20,000, for example, it will still show $20,000, even if most of the people canceled the support.
Okay, that's interesting.
So you still have the benefit of having like the proof that this product is interesting and it's funded and all of that, and use that to your advantage.
That's great. Thank you. That's really helpful. I won't hassle you, but is there a way we can reach out to you if we need a bit more, maybe basic guidance or anything like that?
Yeah, sure. I'm on Facebook. You can search for my name on Facebook and we can chat from there.
Definitely. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you again. Great presentation. Loved it. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Maybe I can answer some questions that I see in the chat. Not sure, is this to me?
Hey there. So
Yeah.
the chat never refreshes between speakers. So I believe your first question is going to be from Ersin Sengal is the first question, and then down from there.
Do you use Amazon attribution links while sending traffic from Pinterest to Amazon? Yes, and not only use the attribution links, but you organize them by campaign so that you know at the end of the day what converts the best. So I always organize my attribution with names so that I know exactly where is this coming from, and you try for every different type of strategy, you create a different attribution link. Then I have from Elvir Ivanovic, I have, can you go over again how to generate the URL for your Pinterest post to direct to your Amazon listing? So it's similar to search, find, buy. You just search for the keyword that you want to basically rank for. You find your product, and then you click on the Pinterest icon and you get the link from there, and then you can add your attribution to it and then use that for the Pinterest. What is the best way to contact you? Messenger on Facebook. It's the best way. I have an immediate project which will be great to talk about. Sure, we'll talk. Is there a way to create a Kickstarter campaign if I don't live in one of the countries allowed by Kickstarter? I have no idea about this, but I know people because they want some kind of information. If I remember, was a SIN number to create a campaign. So if you want, for example, to create a campaign, I know people that, for example, are from Canada, but they want to create it like the project is from the US. So they have to work with someone who is US born. They have to have the insurance number in the US so that you can create a Kickstarter. So you can look for a friend that lives in the US, for example, and tell them that you want to like partner with them or something like that. They can create a LLC company in the US, and then you can create it this way. Can you create a template to use? Yeah, I actually have a video that I'm sending my VAs. I can share that with you. Just reach out to me on Facebook. Do you have to have a new product per pin? No, it could be all the same product, just create content for that. So my VAs, for example, every day they create up to 20 pins per product per day. And they could be short videos that they film with their phone. It could be a simple infographic that shows the benefits of the product, stuff like that, like very simple graphics. It just needs to be somehow helpful to the one who is looking for that information. Go to your listing, then right click. Yeah. Any other questions? Daniel, yeah, you can contact me. I have a PDF file that I can share with you with my process.
Yeah, I managed already to forget what I was going to ask. Brilliant. While waiting. Yeah, okay. How do you get ideas for like you post 20 or 30 pins a day, and I mean it's the same products. If you have 1,000 products, great, but if you have 10 products, how do you make it so? Does it matter if real people get bored? Because I mean you keep posting the same things, just looking differently.
Yeah. So the first thing you have to do is having at least 3 different VAs. So I have VAs from Philippines. They cost from $3 to $5 an hour, and every day they create some graphics for me. So you send them the product first of all by email so that they can have it, because their daily task is to create everyday content for this product. So for them, it's easier to take photos in different scenarios. So they go outside, they take a photo on some background and so on, and then they just post it. So their job is basically every day to create 1 to 20 pins with different content. So they can take them to the beach, they take them to the mountain, wherever they go with their friends, they take a picture, and that's what they do. That's their job. And with the technique that I just showed you, how to combine different photos all of them, they use Canva. So they take a lot of photos every day on their phone, then they put it in Canva, and then they use graphic elements from Canva to combine them into different pins. And that's how you create different pins every day. And because you're using different people, they naturally have different styles on designing things and taking pictures, and this is generating content that is not repetitive. It still becomes kind of repetitive at some point, but you're trying to make it not too much competitive.
So do you also maybe ask them to add pins that have nothing to do with the products, or is it totally only the products?
It's only the pin has to be useful for someone for some reason. Like if you're searching for a pin, the main criteria is that how is that pin useful for you to see it? It's not just to showcase the products, right? It's not just a lifestyle picture of the product. Like this is more for Instagram, right? On Instagram, they just take a picture and just put it on Instagram. Like just has to be beautiful picture. But on Pinterest, it's important to be useful somehow. Like it should show, for example, this is how I use this product in my daily life. Show it in use and add text to it, explaining how you can use it. So that's why I have the 2 questions always that they have to answer is, how is this beneficial? And how do I use it, for example? And then you have a call to action, which is usually going to Amazon.
Okay. Not easy, but okay.
I know they're not easy, but Kevin told me these are not newbie sellers. These are
sure.
sellers.
Yeah. I'm just saying that even for the VA to think of new things all the time is even though it's free.
But you every time you find a new VA, they have a new view of life and they have their own style. So it changes a little bit the picture. So that's easy to do.
Yes. Okay. True. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Between Pinterest, Reddit, and Kickstarter, which strategy do you find most effective? So Pinterest is the easiest way, the easiest thing that you can do, right? Reddit and Kickstarter are more like ninja tactics. Like you have to really put some effort into, like if you really want to get the most of the two strategies, you have to really put some effort to it. So for example, I ended up creating specific products only for Reddit. Like I go with my team, we sit down together, and we'll look at Pinterest, and we're like, so what are these people? What do these people need? What do they want? And I create products for them, and they are my launch strategy, my review strategy, and everything. You know. So it's a complete effort based on that community. And Kickstarter is similar. You know, you have to really sit down and work on that. It's not as simple as creating just a listing page or something like that. You have to figure out. So it's a complete new business model if you think of it. If you think of Reddit and Kickstarter, think of like a complete new business model for your business, for your listing, how you can go to the next level. That's what it is. All right, guys, so that's all from me. If you want to get in touch, find me on Facebook,